Hello and welcome to today's family program. I'm Dr. Kitcher, and like always, we come to you at this time so we can share on interesting and valuable things that will help you in your life. I always say, as you build relationships with people and also make your mark in life. This month, we are talking about legacy, and it is something that is very, very important. We want to take it from a point where you will be able to understand what legacy is and why you need to leave a legacy. In the previous edition, we have spoken about the need for legacy, what it means. We've likened it to a race that, a relay race where people are changing batons and so on and so forth. Well, before we get into what we have today, I want you to just take the next minute, invite somebody to join you to watch this program, and also like and subscribe to this channel. Our aim is to make this available to as many people as are willing so we can share this message with everyone. Like I always say, we touch on the very important things and what will make you add value to your life. So on legacy, today we'll be looking at another angle. And like I said, our programs are built one on another. So I encourage you to watch the previous one if you are here for the first time, because you will not get many things that might be said today, because we have already built the foundation and all we're doing is to build on it. So today we are going to look at how to really prepare yourself so that you can leave a lasting legacy. One thing that would help you as you are in that mindset of leaving a lasting legacy, a legacy that the one who receives will receive it comfortably and be able to run with it, is for you to major on the things that are your areas of strength. You don't leave weakness. You must leave something that is an area of strength, that is well built, that is wonderful, that is great. So low achievers will be working on their weaknesses. If you always concentrate on the weaknesses, on the stuff that are negative, things that are not working, you will not be gingered to leave anything behind. But high achievers, they are those who work on their strengths. So please major on your strengths. It is very, very important. You need to ask yourself, where are you going? What is your destiny? You see, destiny is not by chance, as many people think of it, but destiny is by choice. I've said it over again, and I must say it again today, that if you want to be a doctor, you do not go to a carpentry school. You go to a medical school. If you want to be an engineer, you don't go and study law. But what you need to do is to go to a law school if you want to be a lawyer, and then you study there and you graduate as a lawyer. So you chose the destiny that you want. It is not, something that happens just by chance. So your destiny, where you are going, is so important if you want to leave a legacy. Because if you don't have a navigation, if you don't have the end point in mind, and you bring somebody along the way and leave the person without knowing where you're going to, it will be very difficult. So what is your destiny? Why are you on this earth? And how does life make a difference? What difference is life itself making in your life? And how is your life making life different? It goes forth and back. So what are you dedicated to? If I should ask you, what is it that your life, your strengths, your input is geared towards? What is this one thing? What is that stuff that keeps you up? What is that stuff that makes you going? You need to have these things sorted out, and that will determine where you are going. Because if you do not know where you are going, you might end up bringing somebody along who will not even be interested in the route. So you need to know. So what will you stand for? What are your values? What principles do you hold on to? You see, these things will make you very prepared. This is why, like when you get into a company, they will tell you the company policies, the company's constitutions, and what the company stands for. And you would always have maybe 1 or 2 or 3 things. They say we stand for integrity, we stand for high customer, satisfaction, and we stand for authenticity, something like this. So, everything that you are doing, you have to be having it in mind that you have the customers at the forefront. You have proficiency, you have excellence, you have, whatever the values would be, and you will be holding on to that. What is your message? What is your message? What are you telling the world? What is it that if everything is said and done, if they call 10 people and they say, describe this person in 2 or 3 words, that word will be popping up, in all instances, because that is who you are. So to leave a legacy is not just I've acquired something, I want to pass it on. Who are you passing it on to? Why are you living it? Because it has to be taken somewhere. Where is that place called the destination? In life, there are so many people who started journeys and they could not, finish. But because they communicated what they wanted to do, and there were people who were with them who knew their story and were involved in the things that they were doing, when the time came that they couldn't continue, those people took on the mantle and then they moved ahead and achieved what was said. So it is very, very important. It is very, very important. So how are you practicing your life of commitment to your goals, to your destiny? How much time do you spend working on what you're leaving behind? How much time do you spend assessing the state in which the stuff that you have, that you will leave, is in? How are you relating to these things? Well, this is today's family program. I'm Dr. Albert Kitcher, and like always, we come to you to encourage you to do the best. We are talking about legacy. We're not just saying, you're dying tomorrow, but sometimes you even leave a legacy for somebody when you have to move on to take care of some other things. So you would find, like people working in companies, they get promoted. And then when they leave the section, they leave a kind of legacy that the next, generation will be building on. So don't attach legacy to death. Don't attach legacy to only you exiting, and that is the end of it. But there are times that you need to move on to higher things. You need to move on to, different things. And therefore, you would have to leave what you're doing. And that thing shouldn't die because you left. When things die because you left, it means you are a failure and you are the disappointment to generations that are following you. Don't add up to those people who make life miserable for those who life should be easy for. Please be a contributor to success. And don't be a factor for failure. Can I say that once more? Be a contributor to success and don't be a factor for failure. You see, success comes with investment. So what is it that you are investing in your life in order for you to be very, very accurate and successful? If you want to leave a legacy, you must succeed in the things that you are doing. So that moves me to another thing. That is, you must be success-minded. You must be success-minded. And to be success-minded, you should be able to measure stuff. You should be able to know the cost of things. You need to know what you need to put in to get what you want. A success-minded person always counts the cost before he starts. So don't start things and then look for solutions. Get it worked out in your mental, faculties. And when you start doing it and there are some things that are not working here and there, you can just visit those ones and take care of it. Everything you see, everything you have was in the mind of somebody. I have a cell phone here. This cell phone was in the mind of someone. He produced it so it would be flipped. He produced it so you could, fold it It produced it so you could, make the screen wider. All these things was in the mind of the producer before he did it. And I'm sure when it was produced, if it never suited the thing that he saw, they would say, no, don't send it out. It must have A, B, C, and D. Know where you're going. Know the why. Know the where. Know the who, and everything that is there. A person that leaves legacy will also make sure there is fulfillment in the things that he has ideas or plans for. There must be fulfillment mentality built into your DNA so that you will not just have ideas, but you will move from having ideas into making the ideas products. Change those ideas into products, and that is what you can give to people. It is very, very important. I said in the previous speaking that you must be motivated. This is something you shouldn't leave any time in your life. You must always stay motivated. If you don't stay motivated, you are never going to make any mark. If you don't stay motivated, there will never be success for you. So motivate yourself. That is why it's important to read about people who have gone the way you are going. Let me tell you one secret. There is nothing that you are going to do right now that somebody has not done a similar thing or the same thing. So don't ever sweat if you can get stuff from those who have gone ahead. We spoke previously about mentoring, and I know that this would help you, because if you have a good mentor, a mentoring lifestyle and a good mentor, you are going to definitely, be able to leave great legacies for generations that would come. I'm Dr. Albert Kitcher, and this is today's family program, and we are really talking about a very, very important topic, legacy. This is not something you would hear every time. And anytime we hear the word legacy, we associate it to maybe death, leaving inheritance and stuff like that. But as we started talking, you have seen that it goes beyond that. And there is so much that we can do and we can learn and we can actually possess if we learn the ways of living legacies. Please don't be an addition to those who make life miserable for those coming behind them. If you have spent 20 years learning, you should be able to impart that 20 years of experience, not in 20 years to another person, but probably in a few weeks, a year, or whatever. But the time should be shorter. So please make sure that you are prepared and you have what it takes. You must be able to place the things that you are going to leave on the inside of you, begin to work them out from the inside, add words to it, and produce it, and then hand it over to the next generation. And when you are going to do that, don't forget to tell them the stories behind it. Don't forget to tell them, why. Today, I value a lot of stories that my father told me when he was alive, because now they make sense to me. And it makes me understand and value life. He would tell me, things about when he was young and he was working with some British and they gave him some advices as to what he should get first. And one of the advices was that he should make sure he always have a home. Home before television, home before, pleasure, home before, those spending of money on clothing and stuff like that. So he made sure that he got himself a place to put his head. Same with my mother. And it is absolutely important, because most of the times we feel that we have everything that it takes. And then we, forget about the most valuable stuff. So when you have good mentors, it helps you to actually live a good life and leave great legacies. I hope this has helped you. And we are still talking in general terms, but in the next session, I will begin to bring some specific things to you so that you are able to not only understand legacy, why you should leave it and what you can leave as legacy, but also to know the how to and with whom and so on and so forth. I know these questions are bubbling in your head, but I guarantee you we would touch on everything that has to do with this before this month ends. Therefore, don't miss any of these sessions. I encourage you to also share with your friends. Like I have said, this program is built one on the other. So if you are listening to this or watching for the first time, please watch the previous sections and you are going to be very, very, happy you did. And also, please like this channel, share with friends, and invite them to watch together with you. I'm Dr. Albert Kitcher, and this has been your favorite program, Today's Family. Until I see you again next week, I want you to know legacy is a must. Understand, know, and live in order not to make the next generation miserable. See you next week. Bye-bye.